Hold on a minute. Where is those chocolate ones?
Yeah, finished.
Really? Eating them all
No,
yourself?
you finished them.
I didn't even have one, man. It's not fair. I was sorry I had too many. I'm so sorry that. Can I open this? And throw the sugar stuff all over the place. I do like this, yeah? So it's not so loud to get them out. These are good. Do you think they're better than Fantastic? Okay.
Alright, cool. We got people in.
That's it. It's happening.
Hello, Astro J.
Astro J, what's up?
Hi guys. Welcome
Hello,
to
hello.
another episode of Animate Anything with Anything World and Generate Anything.
That's it. With Jermaine, the super duper fly 3D artist from Anything World, who can literally do anything. It's cool.
Yep. And Seb, the co-founder of Animate Anything, or Anything World.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do this. All right, so we're basically today gonna continue on with what we've been working on last week. So last week let me just switch screens here so you can see how far we got. We was messing about with Generate Anything, and what we're gonna do this week is, so somebody here's crisp packets. Yeah, it might be imagination.
It's not crisp, it's this stuff. Sorry. It's just me stuffing myself as usual, while Jermaine is all the hard work.
Yeah, so essentially what we're doing this week is getting this guy to walk a bit better, and also adding a few of the other creatures that we added
we
last
can make
week.
a Christmas tree walk.
Yeah. So one thing that's changed is it's a little bit see-through, so what you have to do to fix that is...
Maybe while Jermaine is fixing stuff, so we recap. So obviously we anything word, anything.word. We bring any type of 3D objects to life. We also generate the 3D objects. We're the only verse and words only platform who can generate and animate any type of 3D model. Check it out. And we also have like a Christmas, not even Christmas, like a Frostbite winter 3D competition going on, where anybody can create anything in 3D, either by yourself or from our generation tool, which is called Generate Anything, and bring it to life, make it walk, make it run, send us a little clip, like a moth or like a GIF or whatever you want. Can even like a still JPEG of your winter frosty 3D frosty bite scene, and then you can win Amazon vouchers, and you can win Amazon. You can make Anything World credits, and you can obviously get super famous, and the winner also will get chosen by our lovely Discord community. So get involved, guys. We started last week, where we made like some freaky looking, I don't know what it was. It was like a Christmas tree with loads of like eyeballs, like 100 eyeballs in a Christmas tree. Yeah. So then our tool generated this guy, and then Jermaine found like a super cool frosty snow scene, which looks nuts. I don't even know where there's like some mountains in the background and stuff going on. It looks like they got walking on ice. And and that's cool.
So yeah, as we can see here, we've got 2 characters already rigged and animated. What I'm doing now is I'm just going to enable cycles, and so now they're just going to all both walk on the same spot for as long as you want. And we've got these 2 little like empties, which will basically allow you to click on or move the character without changing like the animation state or anything like that.
Are you gonna make him walk on a step, or?
So yeah, if I wanted to,
we can make them all, maybe make a few and they all walk on the floor.
Yeah. So what we can do is there's 2 ways of doing this. So I just get out of pose mode. So in Blender, what you can do is, let's say I want the Christmas tree to move. I can change its position. 1 second.
So just keep eating, man. No, I can't help myself, but it's so good. Maybe I put them on your side. Just stop grabbing them.
Alright, so I've just added a circle. So I'm going to change the radius. Yeah, you can eat as many sweets as you want, to be honest.
I don't want it.
It's going to stop me from eating all the sweets.
Don't make me eat your food.
Okay, so there you go. Alright, so this probably is a bit too much of a radius, but what I'm going to do is make a circle as sort of like to show where the ground or the floor is for the character. And then I'm just going to rename this one Xmas Tree Controller.
Alright.
And what I'm going to do is control select the empty in the hierarchy, or do it the other way around. And then right click, join that. Actually, sorry, not join. Parent object. So now the parent object is the Christmas tree controller. The reason why I wanted it to be on the floor is because it needs basically to follow a path. So to get the movement of the character, it needs to follow the path. The path is going to be on the floor, and then I'm going to just add a curve, which is a path curve, and I'm just going to go to edit mode for this path. Let's call this like tree walk cycle.
Do you have to do this to the Krampus as well, or can you attach the Krampus then to the tree cycle and then it will just follow whatever the tree does?
Yeah, you can give it its own path for the Krampus, or you can use the same path that we were using here.
Right.
So it's like, it's basically up to you. But yeah, so we've got 2 points on this path. I'm gonna subdivide it and then add another point, and I'm just gonna move this path like in some random places.
So now you're just gonna do like a swirly, like.
Yeah. So.
How do you even see that, man? And why is it gone underwater?
So yeah, what I've done by accident is I just moved some of it down on the z-axis, but I just moved up now. So let's say it's just got this random sort of path. I'm gonna subdivide that again, and.
Why should you just walk back where you came from, or you just walk towards?
Yeah, I think if you wanted to, you could. I think you can close.
Or don't worry, keep walking or something.
Yeah.
Anything is cool.
I don't know.
Because that's the whole cool thing about Anything World, and especially Animate Anything by Anything World, that everything comes to life, everything is moving around, so you don't have to worry about maybe having static assets or things being a little bit boring. And obviously Jermaine is our Blender expert, but you can also, I'm sure you get this similar results in cinema, or if you like to use Maya or whatever. But the whole idea is that you get your character rigged and animated by our services, all automatically, fully automatically, and then you can just modify stuff, put it in any type of 3D software, and and have a little go with it, and that's cool.
Okay, so now I've created like this 8 infinity loop. So I can just click on the Xmas Tree controller. Let me get into object mode. I can click on the controller, which is this circle that I created, and then I can do a constraints tool, add object constraint, and then track to, and just track it to, and I can select object from the list. This is going to be the tree walk cycle, so right here.
Cool.
And based on the axis that I select, it's going to rotate
Sick.
the object. And then I can also, actually wait, sorry, not track to, follow path constraint, and then I'm going to do tree walk cycle, and then all I need to do now is move
Sick.
the offset, and then it follows that path.
That's
So
cool, man.
if I go to 0, I can choose like a keyframe that I want each key to be. So I'm gonna add a keyframe here, and then I go to like, let's say 250, and then I
That's sweet.
let the keyframe finish right there as well. So it's like in a constant loop. And
I'm
then
sure Jay is inspired. He wants to try it with his animation, you know.
yeah,
to
you
get
can
it
try it
started.
if you want. This is a really easy technique. But what you're going to see is it's not going to actually turn in the direction it's going. So if you want it to do that, you just click on follow curve, and then it follows
and
it.
then it looks at it the way it goes.
Yeah, so it goes and follows that direction. It actually turns with the path.
It's very cool.
Okay, so that's the tree walking, wherever it's just going to be walking around town. And you can do this with any curve at any time, and then obviously you can get it to follow different curves at different times if you really wanted to get, or you can animate the path and stuff like that.
Should they all like follow each other a little bit, like the Krampus, that they go in a little
Yeah, you can do that.
like daisy chain, or do you prefer the Krampuses walking off for
Yeah, well, you can do the Krampus, have him standing there. Let's give him his own sort of circle. So let me just add a circle.
So everybody need their little guide object or where they're attached to.
Yeah, I usually make sure it's like he's got his own one, just so you can tell the difference later on. If you want to do something different in terms of like
Speed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So let's call this
Sweet, though.
Krampus.
Hello, Gordon. Nice to have you on the stream. Hope
Controller.
your day is going well.
What's up, Gordon? So yeah, we are not too far into getting these two characters moving around the scene. So this is the Krampus, the one that's called the Empty. So I'm going to call this the actual Krampus.
Is anybody scared of Krampus? He's a scary guy now. Freaky. The music is back as well.
Yeah.
Is the audio any good, Astro J? Can you hear us? Or do we have to make it a bit louder or shout more or something? Do you know?
Yeah, let us know if you can hear us.
Audio is good, man. These microphones are nice.
Okay, so now the Krampus the Krampus control is the main controller for the Krampus. We're gonna just do the same thing, but just slightly change the offset so they're not running into each other. So add constraint, follow path, make it follow the tree walk cycle path, fix do follow curve, but we're gonna, instead of having it start off at this point, he's gonna start off.
Right, a little bit behind them or something, isn't
He's
it?
gonna start off on the other side.
Okay. That could be like some sort of little bit, like not roundabout, but you know,
Yeah.
where they just like chase each other or like something.
So let's set this offset here, and then actually wait. No, he needs to be going the other way. Oops. So he needs to be going this way. So yeah, he needs to be going.
Or otherwise they run into each other. Or...
Yeah. Okay. And then.
I don't know what's the front of the Christmas tree. It's like, got so many eyes.
We go.
But then,
Whoa! Yeah.
So how? No, I think they have to go the same direction, otherwise they're gonna bump into each other, isn't it? So he has to follow, no?
Yeah. So he has to go.
Or do you reckon? Or do you want them to bump into each other? It'd be
No.
cooler if they just. Or their paths just don't meet each other, you know. If you do the paths on the floor, that doesn't go across. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. comes back round this way. Okay. Oh yeah, because they're starting on the other side.
But why can't you not just stop behind him a little bit? So you just, well, in front, he just follows him. I don't mind also just if they go through each other, but because like they could just all walk if you have like another one later. So 3 of us follow the big trees, maybe like the hero guy, you know?
Yeah. So maybe I just change the time. That's why it's good to have the graphics editor here. So I can just change slightly.
So you're gonna make him slower.
Yeah. So.
So how's that? Ah.
Yeah.
And eat again. I quite like this little. Oops.
So there's a little delay here.
Yeah, I think it's just.
That's because this happens.
I guess it also depends a little bit if the speed matches the.
Yeah, you can even make it linear. So if I change this ease and type into linear, or interpolation into linear, it actually becomes more cyclical. So now when it loops, it's just going to loop in a cycle. You can do the same thing with the Krampus. So I could just like select this and then change the interpolation mode to linear.
I like the ease, was nice. That's just also good.
So now it loops a little bit.
But I think something from him should be speed up his leg movement, because it looks a bit like he's floating over the. Maybe it's off the sides, because the tree looks a bit like walking, and he doesn't look. He looks a little bit. I think his feet are too slow. Don't you? In terms of how much his body is moving over the floor, it should be more like.
Yeah.
If we can, otherwise you just keep it. That's fine.
Also, the feet are going quite into the floor as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe.
Kind of cool, isn't it? I like the echo thing as well. I know it's like some visual thing, but it looks cool, isn't it? With the little.
Yeah. Maybe with maybe at 100. No, it looks like he's skating a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe let's go to like 150. Yeah, that's alright. So then I can just change the time of the whole thing, but what I want to do is do Krampus as well. So let's get the Krampus walking at 100.
Yeah, the Krampus needs to walk a bit faster, no? I think. I mean, not fast, but the legs will need to move a bit faster, I think.
Yeah.
Or he has to cover less distance over time, so it looks a bit like his feet actually pushing it up. Not he's sliding on ice, I thought.
Yeah, so to get that, we can. 1 second. Oops.
I love the Krampus one. It's so cool.
Let's go to my timeline. Because what I'm going to try and do is this end time is 250. I need to be 150.
Alright.
So it just loops it properly. And now we can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. I'm also going to turn the effects off.
Nice.
So I can actually see the animations a bit clearer. I don't know if it's coming up in your guys' screen, but I was getting a bit of a trail thing going on.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to see, isn't it?
So yeah, they both kind of look like moving toys.
I think I don't mind him. It's just I feel like Krampus legs.
I like how
have
the
to go
trees
quick
looks like
now.
it's leaning forward somehow.
Yeah, the tree's dope. That's really cute.
But if you wanted to, you can do loads of other things. Like if I had other animations, I can blend in the jump animation for the Krampus, and like maybe he jumps over the tree when he gets past him,
Yeah.
or something like that. Or he sprints a bit more, like when he gets close to him, so he runs past the
I
tree.
think this is our little the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right now it's just.
So we had some other stuff that we were making in this scene. I don't need that one. Okay.
I'm liking our new setup. I feel like very spacious.
Oh,
Up
yeah.
here, yeah, because we moved the stream. That's why we're a little bit late, guys. I'm so sorry. Hey, Michael, Grudge, JR. Great to have you on board. I guess. Do you fancy for us to play the whatever it's called again? What was your game called again, Michael? It was like the Roblox games, you know, maybe the.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe the fruit. I love that one. That's a good one. Look at this. It's gonna look so sick. This is render. It even looks good at pixels.
Let's do. Put on some denoising.
I like the that looks a bit like they sort of like almost ice skating or something.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. You could just put skates on them, really, isn't it?
Just want to use the Christmas tree to make some sort of little disaster, like Godzilla kind of thing, where the big Christmas tree comes to, and then maybe he sits down outside Rockefeller Center, or like something like Christmas in New York, you know, like that.
Yeah. We can actually probably generate a city if we wanted to, and maybe a snowy city. Let's see
Maybe
what
it comes out of the water and helicopters attack, and this goes in the middle. Be sick.
So let's actually see what it might look like, and let's see if we can.
So there's like a thing whereby our system is really good generating 3D from 2D. So we sign up here and generate 2D images of like a cartoon city or whatever. That will look pretty dope then in 3D, you know?
Yeah.
Should we like a cartoonish city in winter or something?
Yeah.
Maybe not, I think, oh but ice, yeah. See snow. We don't really want to have any snow in the sky, right?
No, it's cartoony city.
Maybe
style 3D. Create a colorful snowy.
should we say with like high rises and just we see what it does.
Yeah, no background.
These are good, you know, I can't help myself. Yeah, the Christmas cake, Michael, the Christmas cake is coming. We do like a Christmas cake, and we do also white strawberry, no problem. This one.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Some nights will be perfect, but should we cut the car out and bottom in Photoshop or something? I don't really understand it.
Give me another car. No cars.
Seems there's a glitch in the image with our cars.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it give me nothing but cars.
Let me try again.
Oh,
The car
that's
full
city.
snow is yeah.
Okay. It's got cars, but at least it's in a parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. The cars are not so, but now it hasn't got the plain background. So you can try it, see what it does. But I would imagine maybe our system maybe would try to generate the things in the skies, but let's just try. You have to go back one step back and then choose from generate from image, because you can generate from text and from image. And then after this one, Michael, we get on it and do like your Christmas cake. Maybe we could also do like the cities on top of a cake. That'd be sick.
Yeah. That's
So then when you zoom out, it was all like some sort of like Christmassy wedding cake type thing.
Christmas wedding cake city.
And then somebody eats it. And that's the end of it.
This might be the next level to our game, our Roblox game.
Yeah.
Alright, so we need a Christmas cake as well, yeah?
If you could, do we generate our image first, or do you like one with like some eyeballs?
Christmas cake with eyeballs.
Here's the last one. So, yeah, this is like a Christmas. What is your Christmas cake anyway? A cartoony one. Was that with you where you would make like a Christmas cracker? Or was it something else?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, the Christmas cracker is still there.
We could use that guy as well now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the cool thing is obviously all of the stuff, once we have it in 2D, then generate anything will turn it into 3D, and then animate anything will animate it, which is like,
Whoa.
it's pretty awesome. So this one, Stefan, the gingerbread man is cool, isn't it? And this thing, you reckon would distract it because it has like the snowflakes on top?
Oh yeah, probably. So
I think it's also, yeah, I mean, it depends of if you need to animate, then obvious, it's better to have it on its own. But if it just generates the scene, maybe it doesn't matter what's lying on the floor and stuff like that. Whoa. Let's see.
I don't think it actually went that far into creating a city. So unfortunately, we've only got that.
Maybe it was a bit too much.
We'll delete this one. And we'll try the other city.
Which city we got?
Colourful snowy sea.
Cool. Let's see what it does. I feel so bad, Jermaine, because obviously it took me a bit longer to move the stuff
This is pretty
into.
cool.
This is nice. Yeah, it's very nice to set the stuff up, and then at like 5ish or some of this, I gotta fetch my kitties from the daycare like center, which is really bad because it's only in 10 minutes because we just
Yeah, we spent so long setting up, so
yeah. But maybe you have to soldier on a little bit.
sure.
Because and I just as soon as I get home, I see what the results are. So this thing would be cool to see what our tool does, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So I've just downloaded it. I'm gonna actually upload it to this one. So let me create from image and cartoony Christmas.
You prefer generating from image or generating from...
You get to see, when you get to see what it might look like before, then you can choose and change the image. So yeah, I kind of like the generate from image because you could just use specifically what you want. Sometimes when you type it in, you never know what you're gonna get. And then you already, like, you know, you've already got something made.
Yeah, that's right. We also make the walking Christmas cake, but there's like afterwards that one hasn't got legs going, unfortunately. But we can do legs, and then obviously as soon as you got legs, you can walk.
Have we frozen on your screen, guys, or is it just what I'm seeing?
It's just us.
Okay, fair enough.
Really?
I don't know.
I don't know. I got the best frozen face, you know. It's like, are we frozen, guys? Can you see us, or Can you see us moving around? Ooh.
So we've got a
nice.
snow car.
Nice. I mean, the car's very awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Were they animated like with the wheels and stuff?
You can segment it, yeah. So if you go to animate model.
It's not really what we wanted, but it just looks too dope.
It might be interesting, yeah. Maybe it'd be like a Christmas toy, just come out of the box, yeah.
It's very cool. It's very cool. Exactly. For the Frostbite frenzy. But we're not frozen, right? It's on our screen, our video. We're not moving. Astro J, are we moving for you? Or is it just us?
Yeah, I got a feeling if it's happening on our screen that we can see, it's probably. Oh,
cool.
you
Awesome.
guys can see us. Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Because over here we just frozen. But that's alright.
You are frozen, but it can hit. Oh yeah, so they can. We are
frozen.
frozen, yeah.
The screen is. Should we just quickly restart the camera?
Yeah, 1 sec.
I could do it.
Just try turning it on.
Okay, I just turn it on and off, and then we can see what's happening. Okay. There we are. I don't think it's the camera, no? Because the camera is cool.
It might be.
I think we put something here, no?
Alright, so I've put the car through for segmentation.
Nice.
And now we've got a cake as well.
Oh, the cake is nice.
This is cool.
That is awesome, man.
I'm going to download this one and just chuck him in again. Do we want him to have legs?
We want, but this one could just stick around. But let's do like another one with legs, or any other Christmassy thing with legs. I mean,
Sure.
did you animate it like a turkey, like a roast chicken, like Christmas turkey? But
I think so, yeah.
it looked a bit weird, isn't it? No, it was the. I think you made one and then we had it in XR. It's not like the Christmas turkey thing. Yeah. That was it. These things, by the way. Oh, I couldn't do it. Sorry, guys. But maybe it doesn't like it. Maybe it doesn't understand the wheels. Or it did something. Isn't it? I mean, how does it look from the bottom? Is it all like mingled up? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, see.
I think it should look fine for the bottom, but yeah. You're probably right. It's probably just not reading it because of
something.
Some sort of issue.
Nice, guys, nice. So check out Animate Anything from anything.world. Let's go on the tab, click on Animate Anything, animate any object or generate any object, and then put in our Discord channel, join us on Discord, and then boom, you can win cool prizes, you can get extra animation credits, generation credits from us, all sort of things, and that's pretty dope. I also like that weird forky, like kind of slicey thing. It's cool, isn't it? That's sick.
Like part fence piece, part fork.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Okay, so this guy here is.
So where would you see the cake like coming in? Or just like.
So I'm probably just gonna chuck the cake straight into the environment.
Into the face, like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Be also sick if it would be like little cakes and it's almost like a Pac-Man game with they gobble up the little Christmas cookies. Nice. That would be nice.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool. Let me import FEX. What did I download him as? Christmas tree FBX or?
What are we looking for? The cake?
Christmas cake, right?
Small but dear. Maybe just go by date.
Downloads. Cartoony Christmas. Oh, I didn't unzip it. That's why.
Yeah. So unzippy things. It doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Can you just go and quickly in the folder? What's in the folder? In the FBX. Cool. And then in the texture, it's just a JPEG.
Yeah, the texture is just gonna be the image.
Okay. Why has it two textures?
One's the normal map and one's the texture, so the diffuse.
I like these ice mountains.
Yeah, they look pretty cool. Alright, so let's just get the cake in there. I don't want to wait for too long for the rendering. So should we just put like a massive cake in the background, or?
Yeah, like in the sky. I mean, in the mountains, right? They can't really walk on the cake, you know, because the cake is just too. There's too much stuff on the top of the cake. Oh, or maybe not anymore. It was clean now.
What was that?
It looks like stuff in the cake is not scaling with. Okay, that looks cool. Nice. But I'm saying, even if you would make it massive, they can't really. There's too much stuff going on the cake, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we just move it into the mountains. So it's like a background thing, right?
So I'm just gonna move it over here.
It's going quite small.
Alright, so you can create like a camera angle. So if I
That's so funny, man. It looks awesome.
if I add a camera and then I just do view, align view, active camera to view. There you go. So you get sort of the idea of what it's gonna look like.
Nice.
Do you mind if I'm gonna take a quick break, guys. If I just need to go to the toilet before Seb leaves.
Yeah, exactly. You go toilet, or we go to break, and then we come back in a sec. Yeah. And cool, man. Sorry, I had to jump to get the kids, but next time we start earlier, then we have more time. All right.
Cool, and we're back, guys. I probably think we're still frozen, but we're back, and maybe you can see me on your side, but you probably won't be able to see Seb if you could see me, because Seb has now unfortunately left. But yeah, we'll be back. We're back now with regular scheduled programming. So what I'm going to work on from this point onwards is getting some more animations into the scene, generating a few more images, and basically just getting a few more movements, more characters into the scene. So I remember last week I created like a crazy reindeer. So that's the next thing I'm gonna import into the scene. So let's go with that. So let me go on to my generated models. So if I've already created a few things, I can go to my world and go to my generated models, or I can even go to my process models. It's going to take a little while to load while that's loading. Maybe I'll go to my world again for this one and go to my generated models on this other page. So here we've got like a few generated animations or processed animations. And I'm looking for something that I created last week, so maybe I downloaded it as well. So let's go into my download folder. There you go. So you got the badass reindeer walk one from last week. So I'm going to extract all on that. Let's go straight to the animations folder. And I'm going to add this guy to this scene. So there you can see the guy in all his glory, all his pink glory. So the reason why sometimes characters come into your scene pink is because the texture file wasn't read correctly, or it doesn't know where the texture file is. So to locate it, you need to go into your shader editor, or you can preview your shader here, and then you can click on a base color, which will allow you to pick from a folder. It's going to go straight to your downloaded folder, and you could just like to use the parent directory button and select texture, and then you can actually like just apply the texture that is in that folder. Sometimes it comes with a normal map, so you can also pick that, and if it doesn't have a normal map image applied to it, you can create an image texture. So let me just try and find it. It should be image texture, to be honest. Texture should be more than Vernoi. So maybe I can click on strength, and maybe it'll allow me to add an image texture from there. There you go. So you can add an image texture to your strength, open the folder that it's connected to. So let's go there, and then you can add your normal map as well. And that should just give it a bit more of the depth and stuff like that. And you can change the strength for however you like to use it. I'm going to keep it the way it is. Okay, you can also see that the center's off a bit with the model. So what you can do is what I've been doing for the last couple models, and that's just add a empty plane axis, and then I'm gonna scale this one up, and then I'm gonna just bring this plane axis into the middle. There you go. And I'm going to rename this one Badass Reindeer. And then I'm just gonna parent the objects. So select the child first and then select the parent second. Control P, object. And now I can actually just center this object. So I'm just gonna press 0 on the X location transform. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be here. This is where 0 should be, to be honest. I don't know if it's doing like a median point selection or something, I don't know. But anyway, from here, what I want to do is scale, because I kind of want the reindeer to be like on the sort of like same height as the other objects. Similar to what I did before, I'm going to just add another object. So add mesh circle. I'm going to put this radius up to about 3.4. Nope, not 34, 3.4. And also, you can actually change the amount of vertices. So this could be like a triangle. Let me put this as 4 then if I want to use a triangle. So it's just a larger size. But even that even helps you distinguish between the different controllers for your different characters, just in case they're overlapping on one frame and you want to grab one controller. Maybe you want to grab the triangle one for the reindeer. So I'm going to call this one reindeer controller. And then I just want to select the Badass reindeer and then the reindeer controller second. And I'm going to parent that object. And there you go. Now we can just have him walking up and down the scene. I'm just going to move him to the side a bit, just so you can see. And also want to make his walking path cyclic. So I'm going to go to graph editor. I'm going to go into pose mode, press A, channel, and I'm going to go to make cyclic. And so now he's just going to have this sort of non-stop walk loop as well. So yeah, we're getting more populated. We're getting to see more populated with different characters and stuff like that. Maybe I want to import. Here's a cool thing you can do. So if I wanted to just import the run cycle for the same model, let me just find his folder. So Badass Reindeer run. It should be, I don't think I downloaded the run. Alright, yeah, I didn't download the run for this one, but it doesn't matter. We'll find it later. at some point. But in any case, I can just continue with this, sort of make him move or make him walk wherever I want him to walk and stuff like that in the scene. Right now I'm not going to spend too much time with his extra walking movements. I'm just going to save this at the moment. We've got kind of an interesting scene going on right now. So maybe I want to add some scene elements. Like me and Seb was talking about earlier, I might want to add some scenery, maybe generate some city pieces and stuff like that. We've got some other generated models here from before. Yeah, maybe I want to do like a snowy building. So let's try and create some snowy buildings. So cartoony, snowy building. And then we just turn the ones that we create into a city. Style 3D. So let's see what we get with this. And then let's just do remove or no background. So this is great. So I'm going to download this one. This is going to be an interesting building to generate. So let's go into generate anything. Create this from image. So this is the one we want. And let's drag this guy in here. Generate that. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is create another one from image, but now I'm just going to go with the let's add a I forget is it called Victorian roof? See what you get with a Victorian roof. Hopefully it doesn't just do the roof on its own. That's cool, I like this one. So now it's a whole different style. Okay, and I'm gonna generate another one. And let's make this one 4 stories. Or add 4 stories. Let's see what it comes up with then. So this is cool. So you've got a little like factory of houses being made. They kind of look like toy houses or like doll houses, which is cool. So I'm going to change the style to a commercial building. So let's see if it turns it into like a 4-story skyscraper or something like that. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Like it still keeps the Victorian roof thing, which is gonna fit in with the rest of the buildings in the scene. Okay, so got quite a bit going on. I had a good feeling about this one. It was very simple in the design, and it just looked like something that this generator could handle. So this one turned out pretty well. I'm going to download this. And let's see what we can do with this one. I'm going to just extract the cartoony snowy building. I'm gonna import this one into perfect. Right, so this looks great in the scene already. Already has a bit like of life to it, I guess, with the way it's colored and everything like that. So I mean, you could even duplicate it a few times. So I'm going to just do something called an array. I'm going to set the origin to the 3D cursor. I'm just going to do a modifier and add an array. And I'm going to do a constant offset. I think I had the wrong model selected. So I'm going to add a modifier, array, there you go. And I'm going to do a constant offset. We can just say that this is like a small little street. Let's change the amount of offset that you get. And you now got like a set of buildings. Even if you wanted to just scale it down a bit more, maybe add more houses. There you go, you got like some sort of general set of like houses and stuff like that, which is great. Also comes with trees, which is handy. Maybe I want to bring these closer. And I want the mountains sort of further off in the background. And I guess the Krampus could probably fit in, because I'm using the Krampus as the scaling, not necessarily a tree. This is a giant reindeer. So maybe the Krampus can fit into this scale. The smaller we get it, the more we can fit in the scene. So that's my way of thinking. And then we've already got in our short the cake and the characters. So it's now just making a shot that looks quite interesting. So let me just say they're down a icy street, or maybe they're even like skating in the ice ring near some houses or something like that. But maybe on the skyline, maybe I can push some of these back. Maybe in the skyline, I want some buildings, some more buildings. And the cake is sort of peeping through the buildings and stuff like that with the eyeballs. So let's say I got this building. This looks kind of cool for a distance building. I'll just download this. I've also got that car that we created earlier. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that link. Perfect. All right, so now we've got some more buildings. I think this should be bigger than the ones that we've already got. Let's set the origin to 3D cursor and move this guy back a bit. So this is more at the end of the street. Maybe the cake can be set origin to geometry. And I don't know, maybe I can add some more of these types of houses in the background and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I won't forget about the pistachio macaroon, that's coming soon. That rhymed. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. Rhyming all the time. Alright, so more buildings. Perfect. This one looks kind of underdeveloped at the back. A little bit more developed at the front. But this looks like an even further in the background one. I might be able to squeeze in between a few gaps and stuff like that. So it did turn out better than I expected. But again, it's just good for scenery and stuff like that. Maybe there's gonna be, maybe they're walking or ice skating around like a snowy fountain. I think I'm gonna put some streets and stuff, and maybe even a gate around where they're moving, and then it just looks like they're ice skating on an ice skating ring or something. So I'm going to set the origin to the 3D cursor again. And so that's, the skyline's becoming a bit more interesting to look at. I kind of now want some roads or some pavement. So even here I can like just type in road for objects, and see what I come up with. So let's put in 3 first. So we got some like roadblocks and maybe something like this. Actually, I don't mind this cobblestone road. That would be cool, especially because all the buildings are like kind of cobblestoney. So let's add this cobblestone road in. Scale this up, and remember the array thing I did earlier? Well, we can do that again with this. So let's add an array. Let's do a constant offset, and let's change the axis of the offset, and there you go. So we've got like a road on one side and a road on the other side, and then I'm gonna try one more road in the middle. So this is gonna be rotated on the 90 degrees axis. I'm going to bring it back a little further here and change the array for this one like to 1. So now what I think this is actually is basically a texture on just a simple plane. So what I can do is maybe I should bring these ones in a bit more. And I'm going to duplicate this one. Tab into it, and I'm going to get rid of these edges or these curves, just so it looks like it's all going into the same street. So, and I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, so that's not worked, but what I'm going to do instead is going to make it some weird cross section. And sort of Lego this into something kind of plausible. Maybe this can happen. I don't know. And then we can just like duplicate this onto the other side. It looks a bit too low right now, or something's going wrong. I think it's this little curb. Here. just try and get rid of these random faces. Okay, so I don't know, that looks kind of alright. Kind of really don't need it, but like it works here to just like join the shot. And I'm going to do it for this side as well, just so I'm mainly focusing on this camera angle. I'm just going to go RZ180 to rotate on the Z-axis by 180 degrees. And then I might tab into this because it's got a few issues with this. So we're kind of there or thereabouts with this, and then now maybe I'll just like add a few more of these houses on the other side, put some, maybe put like a, instead of a road, let's put a fence or gate. Maybe some kind of like park gate or something like that. Something like this. And that's just going to go around these guys. So instead of actually using the array, I'm going to use a different modifier for this one. So I'm just going to go and add I'm going to go to edit preferences and I'm going to go search for extra and then extra curve, extra mesh, extra objects. I'm just going to add mesh single vert. And then from here, I'll just go into this mode so I can see the vertices easier. That plane's in the way. But yeah, generally what I want to do is, while I'm in edit mode, I'm going to go to vertice mode. And I'm just going to press E along the x-axis. So that's just extruding this vertice along the x-axis. And I'm going to do this same thing on the y-axis. And then I'm just going to press GY. And let's just pretend this is a really, really, really long skating ring. And I'm going to just do E and X on this side, and then I can actually just press F to join all vertices, and then I'm going to go and tab out of object mode and then go to object convert to curve, and then I'm going to call this one fence layout. I'm going to go to fence and we're going to just add a array modifier and we're going to add a curve modifier. Oh yeah, so we also need to select what curve we want. So I'm going to do fence layout. So now you can see the fence is now going to follow this fence layout. So now all I have to do is build this fence around the park. So now I don't know the exact amount off the top, but guess what? Anything World does know the exact amount. No, sorry, not Anything World. Blender does know the exact amount. So what I'm going to do is on this array, you can actually, instead of doing fit type, you can do fit curve, or you can do fit length, fit curve. Oh yeah, fit curve, and then you can just do fence layout, and then bam, it fits exactly the fence curve that you've created, which is perfect for the shot that we need. And then I'll just go back into the main shot view. So we've got something happening now. So they're skating in their, or they're sliding around in their fenced skating ring. I guess on this side of the fence, we can probably put some grass, and then we can add some buildings, more buildings to the background and stuff like that later on. But now we've got sort of something that looks like something, I guess. Maybe we can put a little fountain in the middle. We can generate a fountain, and then we can add some more characters to walk around the scene as well later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out of cycles mode. I'm going to save this. Then maybe I want to add some grass. So these are just free assets that I'm just using from Blender Kit. And it's got loads of free grass assets and stuff like that. Okay, so we've got some grass here, and that's just gonna, I'm just gonna spread that over here. So this is, I think this is using particle effects, or is it? Okay, so this is just using like a node tree. I'm gonna just put this over here. I'm gonna scale this on the x-axis. Right, that shouldn't happen. Just scale that up, and then just go to edit mode. Okay, so maybe so this is using like a node tree, and basically what that means is it's procedurally generating tons and tons of grass on a single object like a plane, using maths. Loads of maths is going on to do this. What I'm doing is I'm just adding more area, surface area, for it to actually do its calculations. on instead of the patch that I was given at the start. So and then it's going to need to come a bit further back so it just covers the entire patch of ground. So I'm going to E and Y, and there you go. So you don't want to use more than you need, so I'm just going to limit it to that, or the area space that the shot's going to be in. And there you go. So now I've got a ton of grass here in this area. But I might need some like ground for it to go on, so I can always just add like a grass texture to a plane. So if I go into materials, and I can search for grass again, and then I can just add a plane, and this can just act as like a base. This can just add, go as a base to the current grass setup that we got. So we're going to just do S X. There you go. And then I'm just going to add this texture to this plane. There you go. So now there's no like weird empty spots where the grass is, and that's fine. So I'm going to save that as is. It might not come back with the textures on there, but we've always got Blender kit, so we can always just reapply the texture later. So I'm going to see what this looks like as a render with some more grass, some more assets and stuff like that. And then I'm going to add, as the finale, the pistachio macaroon. So this is looking cool. You've got your street, you've got your buildings in the background, you've got your animated characters, and you've also got like a fence, some grass. So you got foreground, the midground, and the background of the shot, which is great. And then yeah, so now we can start actually populating the scene with more generated images, or generated 3D. So let's see, pistachio macaroon cake. And so it's in the 3D style with what I want it to have, with no background, that's it. Pistachio macaroon. All right, so this is what we're getting. Pistachio macaroon with eyes and legs. This looks pretty cool. All right, so let's generate this guy. think I've lost where I'm at. Whoop. Okay. Let's generate that. I'm going to add this cartoony commercial building into the game or into the scene. While this one generates. So it's probably gonna go here or something like that. And I'm gonna have this guy walking, I guess, I think, in a minute. So let's see if he's downloaded. I think this is it. Extract all. And let's get this commercial building. Maybe they're skating around the macaroon guy. That's just an idea that's popped into my head. Maybe the characters are skating around that guy. So let's place this, import this model. And what have they given us? This looks nice. I like this. This looks pretty good. This can be a bit more in the foreground, I think. So let's set its origin 3D cursor. I'm gonna just put this over here. Fits quite snug against the curbs that I made earlier. But maybe I just overlap the curb so you don't see that weird corner on one of them, at least. You don't even get to see it in a shot, really. I could make this shot a bit wider, so let me just do 1080 so it's a bit more wide, and then I can zoom out a bit by changing the focal length, so we sort of get a bit more in the shot. Cool, that looks pretty cool. And then I want to have the reindeer. I don't know what I'm going to put here. Maybe I'll put the macaroon, like the giant macaroon in the middle of these two buildings, or maybe I'll just do a few more of these houses from this side and flip them over. So, and then this one can have, like, let's just turn this to 1. I'm just rotating it. Let's do -90. And let's have this guy on this side of the street. Alright, so I'm going to change the axis of array. So I'm going to change it, copy that, control that. Zero that one out. Let's do it on the Y. And let's do it in the negative value. Go. And then let's just do one more. There you go. So now we've got sort of a busy street with different buildings and giant things walking down it. So now there's a bit more of a scene going on. And I just want to have the last thing I want to add is the macaroon. There you go. We have our macaroon. And I'll just have him right in the middle of the ice skating rink. There is so much going on here. Okay, so yeah, just have this macaroon. Rotated 90 degrees. Bam. Okay, so you got the skaters skating, the macaroons moving. Yeah, you can do snow. So if I wanted to, you can add a particle effect that does snow. So I'll probably have the particle effect just coming down in front of the camera. So I wouldn't even actually do it on the whole scene. But yeah, if I wanted to, I could just add plane. Let's call this snow emitter. And let's move this up. Move it towards the camera. So I'm just going to do GY. And it's just literally just going to be slightly above the camera. Slightly in front of the camera, and let's just go into the camera shot right here. And this is where all the parts are going to emit from. So I'll just go to add emitter, and like you can start seeing where I'm going to go with this. So I can add these particle emissions and then just change them to specific objects. So if I wanted to, I could either search for a snowflake or I can add a snowflake. So let me just search for a snowflake texture. I don't think you can find any. So, wait. These are materials. So I can just go to snowflake in assets. Nothing like that here. So I can add mesh, make sure. See, because I actually probably could do something with this, like isolate one of the snowflakes. So let me actually try it with one of these. So what I was going to do is just replace those emitted particles with snowflakes, and then just reduce the rate that the snow is falling down. So let's just do add plane. Let's call this one snowflake. So let's use this texture. And let's just isolate one of these snowflakes. So if I go into shader editor, and then I check out the image that this is using. So if I go to image editor and I select this image, this is called snowflakes. So I can just SNOW. So this is essentially the texture that it comes with. What I can do is one, I can scale this up so to a crazy amount, so to the point where it's like just one snowflake out of all of them. Then I can create a color ramp. So what that's going to do is just going to turn it into black and white, which is going to make it easier for me to isolate the alphas, the alpha channel, and then I can just use alpha, or maybe the color could be the alpha. There you go. And then I can do blend mode alpha clip. So now it's just the snowflake. And then I can just do tab and then scale. And then you got your isolated snowflake. And then I can just replace the assets in here with a snowflake. So emitter, and then I'm going to just do source. Sorry. Emit from faces. Or render. Or viewport display. Oh yeah, so instead of render as halo, render as object. And that object is going to be the snowflake. And then it should. There you go. So it's got the snowflake object. You can do a rescale. Of these snowflakes, and then you can also change the rotation. Or I can just change this rotation here. Okay, so now you've got sort of snowflakes while everything walks around. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do for today. We've got quite a lot covered. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you next week.